What's going on with y'all? This is another episode of the Shoebox Money Podcast with your boy Eastside JP. And today's episode gonna be all about me. I created this platform because, growing up, I knew at a young age that I wanted to have nice things and make money, and all these things, but I didn't know the right way to go about it. So, I got in trouble, bumped my head a few times before I finally started figuring out my way. So I really created this platform to try to help people, especially the younger generation, understand that, like whatever you want to make, whatever you trying to make happen, whatever goal you trying to achieve, any amount of success you chasing, is possible. That's why I bring all these different people on here from different walks of lives to show it's a bunch of different ways to get it done. And if you're paying attention, everybody that I brought on here, they've been through hardships. It wasn't just given to them, They started from the bottom and they worked their way up. Everybody come from different walks of life. A lot of the people that's been on here, they ain't even been in college before, but everybody didn't figure it out, in their own way. So like, that's what my platform is about, to show everybody that it's possible and to shed some positive light on Memphis, because we got a lot of positive stuff going on too. Constantly bumping my head, getting in trouble, being in and out of jail. And it wasn't until like this last time that I went, where I had to sit down probably for the longest time. I think it was close to 3 years, 2 years, 10 months. I had to sit down and I was trying to get something they call good time, in Illinois. Like for every 90 days you do, you get 45 days back. 45 days knocked off your sentence if you stand out of trouble. But in order for me to get that, I had to go to these groups every morning, like, and we had to talk with, so many different people. Like, you was forced to say something. If you didn't, like, you weren't gonna get your good time. And I started just hearing different people's stories, different people, walks of life, and I looked at my situation and I just seen like, it was just like a lot of us didn't have, like positive role models, or nothing to look up to. And that's how a lot of people ended up in the situations that they was in. So while I was in there, I started thinking about how I'm gonna change my situation, like what I'm gonna do different. It started out for me just want to change and do something different, for myself. So I started picking up a lot of books, reading a lot of different books on finances, building wealth, like real estate books, just a lot of self-help books and books about making money, gaining knowledge and bettering yourself. I started going to the gym every day. That helped me build the consistency and discipline that I needed to keep this type of thing going. But that's where it kind of all started at, me wanting to better myself. And then I came home and I seen like my friends, a lot of my friends and my family, like they was doing things, and they was happy in what they was doing at the time. But I just knew that like we all could be doing better, and doing so much more, So I started looking into that, and it started with me just wanting to help myself and then help my friends and help the people around me. And then I started realizing that, that was my purpose. I was at my best when I was helping people. So I started trying to figure out, like how to help more people, My first hustle, I had to be like, I want to say I was 12 years old. And I remember going to Chicago, and I think I was 11. I was 11 years old. And I went to Chicago with my cousin Victor and my cousin Vern. And it was snowing real bad out there. And it used to snow like that in Chicago. I mean, it used to snow like that in Memphis. And I remember we going to a swap meet, and like a swap meet, that's like a flea market. And they had all this stuff in there, like gold cars, dirt bikes. They had jewelry, like they had real gold in there. Just a bunch of stuff, that you could buy. I ain't had no money. My cousin Vern, we all didn't had no money, so we couldn't get nothing out of there. Like, we really was in there window shopping. I don't even know why we went. But, we went. We go back to their house. And I don't know why I wanted a gold ring so bad, when I was 11. And it started snowing real bad that night. We woke up, everybody's driveway was covered with snow. I can't remember who idea was, but me, Victor, and Vern, we all got outside and we came up with the idea. We're gonna go door to door and start asking to shovel people snow. And everybody let us do it. Like, everybody on the street, every neighbor, every house we went to, they let us do it. Some people gave us $10, some people gave us $20, some people gave us $50. We did a lot of yards that day. And that was my first time trying to actually hustle, and go door to door and do anything. And I made enough money. I think I ended up making like $100 and some. And I went and bought a little cheap gold ring. It was real though, but I went and bought a little cheap little gold ring. from the flea market. That was my first time trying to hustle, and it started with me just wanting to be able to do something nice for myself. Like my very first business idea, you know what I'm saying, a business venture was me going to leaving Memphis, and I was going to the high school called Tate High School. It was a real big high school. And they always served food and stuff in the cafeteria, like Pizza Hut and you know what I'm saying? But they didn't have like no vending machines or like snacks and nothing you can get. It was just all like real food. And I don't know what made me come up with it, but I asked my mama to take me to Sam's to give me some boxes of candy because I was gonna try selling candy at school. So I remember going to Sam's and probably spending like $60, $70. Then my mama let me borrow to sell candy and taking the boxes of candy at school and like doubling my money the same day. And I was like, you know what? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep doing this. I developed it at a young age that do it like stack one, turn it to 10 and do it again, again, and again. But I wasn't necessarily trying to grow the businesses. I just see something that I like. Like back then we was wearing academics. I remember seeing this academics, you know what I'm saying, outfit I wanted. It was on a mannequin in the mall and it was like, probably, I don't know, I can't remember, $250, $300. And I remember sitting there thinking about, you know what I'm saying, how I'm gonna get it. When I started selling candy and I doubled my money, like I couldn't spend no money right then because it wasn't enough for me to buy my academics outfit. So I had to keep doing it, you know what I'm saying, a few more times until I can afford it. And I had to make sure I had enough money to re-up with candy after I bought the academics outfit, you know what I'm saying. I was aware of all this. And I don't necessarily know where I picked it up from or learned from, but I will say that my mama was a hard worker and she used to give us allowances. And like we used to have to buy like our deodorant, our soap, like the stuff we wanted and needed, we had to buy out of the allowance that she gave us. And that was her way of teaching us how to manage money. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I learned how to manage money from. So I had the knowledge of, man, I can buy this outfit, but I need to make sure I got enough money to keep my business running. So that was my first like run in with entrepreneurship. And then you know, I got older. I moved back to Memphis, you know what I'm saying, with my pops. And I was going to Kirby, got back with a lot of my friends I went to middle school with. You know, we older now, you know what I'm saying? So I started trying to figure out different things and different ways to make money, just like everybody else that probably come from Memphis. Like I got into gambling, you know what I'm saying? I was successful at that, you know what I'm saying, at a young age, just because I knew how to count better than everybody else around me, you know what I'm saying? I understood the odds. Uh, and of course, you know what I'm saying, I started trying to, I've been to jail, that ain't no secret. I started at a young age, like trying to, you know what I'm saying? I always have a job, but I keep a side hustle, you know what I'm saying, going to, and it just switched from candy to kind of like messing with a little weed here and there, you know what I'm saying, like trying to figure out my own way. So that was kind of like I was always looking for a way to like be my own boss, you know what I'm saying, and create my own lane. I remember going to Veterot trying to go to heat and air conditioning school when I was like 19 or 20. I was going and they was giving us the refund checks. I was taking those and flipping those in any way I can, like shoes, buying a little bullshit car and trying to flip it. Like I always had like entrepreneurship and trying to do my own thing. I just didn't always have the best way of going about it. Everything, you know what I'm saying, everything I've been through, you know what I'm saying, helped me in life a lot because it teach you what I learned from, you know what I'm saying, entrepreneurship or being on my entrepreneurship journey. Like it really teach you how to deal with, you know what I'm saying, how to deal with people. Like I really know how to deal with people. Like if somebody having a bad day, I could probably say something, you know what I'm saying, to make them feel better, you know what I'm saying? Like I know how I feel to like, I don't know, not go to work or life might be getting the best of you, you know what I'm saying, and this, that, and the other. So I done dealt with it so much. And I done had people around me that can come, you know what I'm saying, to change my mood. Like that's one of the biggest things I learned, like how to deal with people and try to keep positive energy every day, no matter how anybody else's energy is, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep positive energy and let my energy remain positive and, you know, rub out positive energy, you know what I'm saying, on to other people. Like anybody around me that tell you like I'm probably one of the biggest motivators, you know what I'm saying, or the biggest motivator, you know what I'm saying, in whatever circle I'm in. Like, and that's what I picked up, you know what I'm saying, to learn the most about entrepreneurship is staying motivated no matter what, you know what I'm saying? And they give you the ability to motivate other people. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody got to be motivated and want to do something for something to actually work. the worst rock bottom I ever had was coming home from jail and being flat broke. I'm talking about like I had an apartment and everything before I went to jail. And I wasn't managing my money properly, but I went to jail and I couldn't keep the apartment rent paid up, and I went to jail. So all of a sudden, I didn't really have time to get like no clothes, no shoes, you know what I'm saying, none of that at the house, you know what I'm saying. So when I came home homeless, no clothes, no underwear, no money in my pocket, like maybe $10. You know what I'm saying? I remember going to my mama's house, you know what I'm saying? Of course, she ain't really even want me there because, you know, I'm getting in trouble. I'm going to jail. She don't know what type of activities or company, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna bring into the house. And my mama stayed all the way in like Bartlett. Like it wasn't no city bus coming out there. Like I couldn't even get around. I ain't had no gas money to get nobody for them to come get me a job, help me find a job or nothing. I remember my brother giving me like $20. My little brother, like at this time, I probably was 20. So my little brother probably was 16. He was working at Sonic. He was making him a little money, you know what I'm saying, doing his own thing. I remember him giving me a few dollars, probably like $40, $50, and like giving me a couple pair of pants and stuff like that just so I can have some. And just so I can have some. And like I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what to do, how I was gonna make money, where to get started. I didn't know how I was gonna get around, you know what I'm saying? None of that. And I used to have a partner named Vaughn, you know what I'm saying? He had a girlfriend at the time. He used to be able to use her car all the time. And my grandma was staying with my mom at the time. So occasionally, you know what I'm saying, she'd let me use her car. And I remember talking to Vaughn, and I was like, man, we gotta figure something out. It was around fall. I remember my daughter needing some shoes and some clothes and me not having money to do that, how that made me feel. I remember going and having my daughter, because my mama, you know what I'm saying, she loved my daughter. At least I was able to always, you know what I'm saying, get my daughter and spend time with her. I just couldn't do nothing for her. But I remember going to the store, like maybe having $7 or $8 total to my name. And I remember her liking like this little macaroni. She used to love macaroni. So I taking her to the store and taking her to go buy some macaroni. And she picking up a piece of candy. I'm telling her like, nah, daddy can't buy that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got enough money for that. You can't get that. You got to put that back. I remember like the feeling. I remember the type of stuff that it almost drove me, you know what I'm saying, to do. Something that could have landed me right back in jail. But like I said, I ended up linking up with my partner Vaughn because he used to have his he used to have his girl car, and I was able to use my grandma car once in a while. And I was like, man, we got to do something. We got to try something. And I remember like being young, like that's why it's like what Sibo was just saying in the last interview. Like your journey, you know what I'm saying, is important because you never know when it's gonna prepare you for it, and you never know like what you learned in the past that might help you. You know what I'm saying, in the future. So I remember going door to door and trying to get people to let me shovel their snow. And I was telling my partner, I was like, man, we need to go door to door. Like all these leaves out here, we need to go get us some rakes and go door to door. You know what I'm saying? To ask people, can we rake leaves? He's like, man, I don't think that's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And this the power of believing in yourself. Now my partner, he wasn't no pessimistic person or didn't think or I always thought the worst and think things was gonna work out. Think things wasn't gonna work out. He just felt like that wasn't gonna work out because it was something he had actually already tried. But and I was like, man, we just gotta try it. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you talk to people. Maybe you ain't saying it the right way. So when we first got started, he was like, all right, I'm gonna take you to try it since you want to try it. He was like, we ain't even gotta buy no rakes. I got some rakes in the backyard. So we get the rakes, you know what I'm saying? We put them in the car and we go door to door. Immediately, you know what I'm saying, off the bat, I started seeing what he was talking about. Like almost every door I went to, you know what I'm saying, like they was telling me no, they wouldn't like they just weren't going for it. So I ain't give up, you know what I'm saying? I ain't give up. Like we probably went to like 30, 40 houses that day before I finally got a yes. But each house I went to, I tried to see what I was doing wrong. Like at first I was going to houses, me not knowing nothing about raking leaves, what this type of thing is supposed to cost. And I was just asking people, like I was just putting prices on it based on the size of the yard. I ain't know like what it was worth or nothing like that. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? Let me try a different approach. I say probably like on my third time trying this approach, like me 30, 34, 35 times, you know what I'm saying? People telling me no, me getting it wrong. I tried a new approach and I started addressing people and saying like, you know, we just like I started telling my story, like, you know what I'm saying? I just came home from jail, you know what I'm saying? I really don't want to get in, I ain't trying to get in no more trouble, you know what I'm saying? It's something I'm trying to do. I want to be able to buy clothes and stuff for my daughter. I'll rake your yard, you know what I'm saying, for whatever you got. We gonna do the work, you know what I'm saying? And you tell me what you think is worth, you know what I'm saying? You pay me what you think is worth. And And my partner, he was kind of mad about that. Like, man, will they give us $10? I'm like, bro, I ain't making nothing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to track. You know what I'm saying? I just got to put something out there. And we did it. Like, when we did it, we got that first yard. We ended up actually getting 2 yards that day. You know what I'm saying? We made $100. I know somebody gave us $40, somebody gave us $60. And I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna try again. And I knew I had to put money into the business. Like, even though it wasn't number buying trash bags, you know, I'm like, look, we both got $50 a piece. You give me $10, I'm gonna take $10. We made $40 for the day. We're gonna get some trash bags. We're gonna get enough trash bags to try to last us for 2 days. So we ain't gotta take no money out of our profit tomorrow. They just go on and buy some. And when we woke up that day, when we woke up the next morning, I seen like we got to put some more money into something else because we've been driving your girl car and it's on E. So both of us got to put $5 a piece in the car. You know what I'm saying? So we got gas to drive around and do it. But the next day, you know what I'm saying, we got more yards. And eventually, you know what I'm saying, I was able to buy my daughter some clothes. I was able to, you know what I'm saying, get up on my feet, leave from my mama house and go be in East Memphis where, you know, everything happened for me at. But that was my rock bottom, you know what I'm saying? And that's where I learned. Like this, like at your lowest points, that's where you build a lot of character, you know what I'm saying? That's where you're gonna learn a lot of stuff here. That's where you're gonna learn, that's where you're gonna learn the things that are gonna take you ultimately where you wanna go, where you ultimately gonna be in life. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I learned communication skills, you know what I'm saying, and how to talk to people and how to be able to code change. Not always talking like I'm from the streets, talking like I got some sense. That's why I learned to not be, you know what I'm saying, afraid of who I am and what I've been through and use it to my advantage and tell people like, yeah, I've been to jail. Yeah, I'm struggling. Yeah, I'm a felon. Yeah, I can't get a job, but this is why I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? That's when I learned how to find strength in my mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And my weaknesses. Yeah, my story and my journey. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that it is, you know what I'm saying, it's some good people in here in the world. Like people ain't gonna always judge you, you know what I'm saying, off of what you've been through. You know what I'm saying? Like you stay down, you stay consistent, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna run into the people that want to help you no matter what. Like, so I have, you know what I'm saying, hey, like that was my rock bottom, but I feel like that was one of the most important times in my life because that's where I learned, you know what I'm saying, so many skills that I still use to this day. Man, something valuable I learned from my mom is just like staying consistent, you know what I'm saying, and knowing how to get some of your all. Cause I remember, well, I don't actually remember, but I just heard, you know what I'm saying, stories about my mama having me and working a job and still walking like 8 or 9 blocks, 10. I don't remember how many blocks, but it was a nice little walk. The way they tell the story, it was a nice little walk, walking to the bus stop to catch buses to go to college, you know what I'm saying, to try to provide a better life for her. Anything that my mama ever did, she was always consistent and she was determined. Like she would get up at 5 in the morning every morning. I'm talking about like for years straight. Like my whole elementary school, like she was getting up at 5 in the morning. I say from when I started going to Devil Tree that I can remember for sure. Like from fourth grade to seventh grade for sure. I remember us getting up at 5 o'clock every morning. My mama getting up at 5 o'clock every morning, making sure we had some type of breakfast and either driving us to Westwood because we was going to Devil Tree. She always wanted us to go to a better school than the neighborhood we was in. Driving us all the way to one neighborhood just so we can go to school and then going to work directly after that, you know what I'm saying? Her getting off work and going to college. Like she did this for years. My mama probably got like 6 or 7 degrees. So that's the most important thing that I learned from my mama, like the determination, that staying consistency, like having this structure. Oh, and reading. Cause every time I used to get on punishment, you know what I'm saying, my mama would make me read books, like no TVs or nothing like that. And she would force me to read books, give me these books to read. And I think she used to be reading them too, because I used to have to tell her about the books. And if it didn't, she'll know, you know what I'm saying, if I read the book or not, you know what I'm saying, then there'll be some more time on punishment. And that translated to me going to jail. I started picking up books and reading. That's how I was able to teach myself a lot, you know what I'm saying, and obtain a lot of knowledge, you know what I'm saying, with my pops, you know what I'm saying. I just learned how to treat people. I learned the value, you know what I'm saying, of family, you know what I'm saying, and how, you know what I'm saying, how close, you know what I'm saying, family was and being able to depend on your family and your family being able to depend on you. I learned how to deal with people, you know what I'm saying, and talk to people. Pops taught me how to, you know what I'm saying, fight and stand up for myself, not just fight, you know what I'm saying, in a physical sense, but like fight for what you want, you know what I'm saying, and go hard and go after, you know what I'm saying, what you want. And I just learned confidence from my pops. He instilled a lot of confidence in me. And my grandma, you know what I'm saying, my grandma, she played a major role, I feel like, in me believing in myself, you know what I'm saying, and having faith, because she believed so strongly, you know what I'm saying, in church. She believed so strongly in God, you know what I'm saying. She had all us going to church and like believing, you know what I'm saying, having faith. Like I really picked it up, you know what I'm saying, from watching my grandma. And it like the way that she believed in God, the faith she got in God and the church and Jesus Christ, like it led me to have faith in God. And also, you know what I'm saying, it made me feel like, you know what I'm saying, I can do anything, you know what I'm saying. It made me believe in myself. It led me to have faith in myself. That's why I'm always willing to go after whatever I want to go after and not really worry about how, you know what I'm saying, how it turned out, because I got faith, you know what I'm saying, I'm supposed to be doing something. What motivate me now more than anything to keep going is, you know what I'm saying, just the fact that I got kids and want to be, you know what I'm saying, a positive role model to them, and for them to think, you know, so for them to see that it's possible, for one, and two, for them to get them the type of advantages that I never had as a kid, but like a lot of black kids, you know what I'm saying. Well, I'm just gonna put it, a lot of kids never had, you know what I'm saying, as a child, because like they parents didn't know, like our parents didn't know to try to, you know what I'm saying, build something or set something up for us, you know what I'm saying, like they wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, they weren't taught that, you know what I'm saying. So my biggest motivation is to keep going so I can be a blueprint, you know what I'm saying, for my kids and generations after me. Like that's my favorite thing about being on camera, you know what I'm saying, and this being documented. Hopefully one day it's big, and I'm talking about maybe my kids, grandkids can go back and watch, you know what I'm saying, great, 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 great grandfather JP, and see how I did it. And it'd be a blueprint for them, you know what I'm saying, and they be inspired. With the hustling, you know what I'm saying, and the entrepreneurship, like I did, like I always had like I've been a big brother, you know what I'm saying. I've been a big brother my whole life. And I always wanted to try to, you know what I'm saying, help my siblings, you know what I'm saying, and contribute. I wanted to be the provider, protector, you know what I'm saying. Like I just always wanted to have something to give to, you know what I'm saying, my siblings, my friends. That's what, you know what I'm saying, motivated me. That's how I got started, you know what I'm saying, really into entrepreneur, and want better for myself. But this what really started me to entrepreneurship. And then once I figured out, you know what I'm saying, how to make money, I started helping people around me, and I started seeing like more people need help. Like it's a lot of people that want to get money. It's a lot of people that want to elevate. They just don't know the first beginning step, you know what I'm saying, to get started, because we not trained to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like we not, when we go to school, they don't teach you nothing about being your own, having your own business, you know what I'm saying, or being your own boss. So my first thing was the shoes, and as soon as I started figuring out how to make money with shoes, like I started showing people around me. I kind of realized I had a gift, you know what I'm saying, with helping people, and everybody around me that was close to me, they listened to me. So one day we just all sitting in my house, you know what I'm saying, we chilling. You know what I'm saying? We chilling, and then they turn on some music, we all freestyle, and then one of my friends tell me like, but that was actually kind of hard, you know what I'm saying? You should go to the studio, you know what I'm saying, and record something. So me, anything that I do, like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna try to figure out how to monetize it, and I'm gonna take 100% serious, and I'm gonna give it my all. So we go to the studio, you know what I'm saying? I like the song, you know what I'm saying? And I start feeling like, you know what? This gonna be my way to get rich. It's gonna be my way to provide for my family, you know what I'm saying? Because I was making money out the shoes. I was making good money out the shoes. If I would have knew what I knew now, I would have put all the energy into the shoes that I did, into all the energy and the money into the shoes that I did into the music. I would have did all the same thing. I would have had y'all shooting it and everything. I just would have went a different route. Cause when I started doing the music, I seen that a lot of people was getting motivated. I seen that a lot of people wanted to hustle and get money, but they wanted to hustle and get money the way that I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? The way that I was rapping. So I knew I had, you know what I'm saying, influence. I knew I needed to be heard, and I knew people wanted to listen. But like the more I did it, you know what I'm saying, and the more that I started seeing like what my friends like wanted to do, the type of questions they was asking me, what they wanted to get into. Like I'm like, man, it's just music, you know what I'm saying? I'm rapping about, you know what I'm saying, my past life. This ain't nothing I got going on right now. This ain't nothing I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing that I'm letting y'all see. But I started thinking like the more I got asked them type of questions, or the more that I started to see the way I was influencing people, you know what I'm saying, and what they wanted to do. I started thinking of ways of like, man, how can I, you know what I'm saying, how can I switch this, you know what I'm saying? How can I change, you know what I'm saying, the narrative? Because everybody want to make money, but everybody don't gotta go through what I went through. Everybody don't gotta go to jail. Everybody don't gotta bump their heads. Everybody ain't gotta take these. You know what I'm saying? You could take risks, but you could take safe risks. Everybody don't gotta be, you know what I'm saying, risking their lives or to live a good life. You know what I'm saying? So I started thinking of ways that how can I still be, you know what I'm saying? How can I still be heard and influence people in a positive light? And not only that, how can I show people that, especially the younger generation, younger black men, like it's cool to be you, no matter what it is, you know what I'm saying, that you like to do. We live in a world today where we got social media where almost anything is monetizable. You know what I'm saying? I want to show people like that it's cool to like not be this way, you know what I'm saying, and go with the wave and do what everybody else doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you could create your own lane, your own wave, or it might be a wave that you interested in, that you like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You can figure out a way, you know what I'm saying, to make it work for you. You can do anything in this world that you think is possible. Like it's more to, it's so much more than being an athlete, you know what I'm saying, or a rapper. For a lot of young black men, like that's what we see, you know what I'm saying? That's what we think, you know what I'm saying, taking care of our family gonna come from. But it's so many different ways, you know what I'm saying? And that's what led me to doing this, you know what I'm saying, and creating this platform, bringing people, so many different people on here that have done it different, you know what I'm saying, that do come from this way, but they turned it around and made it go that way, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, that's what it is, just really genuinely, you know what I'm saying, want to help and show people. For one, what I learned what I learned from that experience is, man, just cause you locked up, or just cause you in a certain type of environment, just cause you got certain type of circumstances, it don't mean that your mind can't still be free. Like your mind is every like I said, every day I went in, you know what I'm saying, I worked out, I went to the gym, I worked like I was working out serious. Like I had gained some muscle, I was big, like a little bit big and stuff when I came home. But the most important muscle that I exercised was my brain. I read more than I did, you know what I'm saying, everything. I mean, I read more than I did anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just like it's still, you know what I'm saying, it's still like that was the most important lesson that I learned the whole time, you know what I'm saying, I was incarcerated, like how valuable knowledge was from people, like from people catching cases and knowing what's legal and what's not illegal, like how to deal with the prosecutors, like, you know what I'm saying, how to talk to their lawyers, like just, I learned how valuable, you know what I'm saying, knowledge was. And that still applies, like I still like apply them same characteristics to everything I do today. Like the more you know about something, the more money you can make off of it. Like, get the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Learn about whatever it is that you're trying to do. Like, don't halfway, like be a student of any game that you're trying to be in. Like I became a student of learning how to make my money work for me, you know what I'm saying, while I was in jail. Like I knew how to hustle, I knew how to make money. Even when I came home, I had no idea how I was gonna legitimize it, what I was gonna do, what path I was gonna take, what route I was gonna go. Like I wasn't sitting in jail thinking like when I go home, I'm gonna start selling shoes. That's not what I like. That had never crossed my mind. Never wanted to sell shoes. Never thought about it. But I had read so many books that when I got around it, I recognized opportunity and I recognized it can be another source, you know what I'm saying, of income for me. And when I got in that game, like I'm telling y'all, like I obtained all the knowledge that I could. Like I got as much knowledge and information as I could possible. And that's how I was able to get so far so fast, you know what I'm saying, in the shoe game, because I obtained the knowledge and I went at it. I stayed consistent. I stayed down, you know what I'm saying, every single day. But I obtained the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, in jail. Like knowledge is very powerful. You can put two people on the same playing field. This person can have $1 million and this person can have $0, you know what I'm saying, with all the knowledge. The person with the knowledge is gonna surpass the person with the $1 million every single time. Like knowledge is the most valuable thing that you can have. So never be too cool to pick up a book and read a book. Anything that you want to do, anything that you want to learn about, any game that you want to be a part of, obtain all the knowledge, get as much information, learn as much as you can about it, read as much as you can about it, watch as many YouTube videos as you can about it. And I'm telling you, you'll go farther than you ever imagined. And stop waiting on people to come teach you and give you game and give you information. Like, teach yourself. Everything I know, you know what I'm saying, is self-taught. Nobody held my hand, and exactly. And the people that you would want to help you, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people that want me to help them. And I wish I could. This is my way of helping y'all. But people be too busy. Like, they got their own stuff. Like, they got their own lives to live. So you got to be willing to teach yourself. You got to be willing to obtain knowledge. What inspired me to start a wholesale sneaker business was just, I mean, I was getting so many shoes. It was kind of out of necessity. Cause when I first got into, you know what I'm saying, wholesaling, like really wholesaling sneakers, I was kind of heavy into the music too. So I didn't have time like to really just sell single pairs and, you know what I'm saying, get them to everybody. I used to be against wholesale because I was just looking at, you know what I'm saying, why sell 100 shoes and make $20 a shoe when I can sell them one by one and make $50 a shoe. But I needed more time, you know what I'm saying, to focus on what I was trying to do with the music, because I thought that was really was gonna pay off for me. So I kind of moved into wholesale just to, you know what I'm saying, give myself more time. But the more I got into wholesale, I started seeing, you know what I'm saying, how much beneficial, you know what I'm saying, it could be, because sometimes high volume with a small profit, you know what I'm saying, is just way more profitable and consistent than a big profit, you know what I'm saying, at a small volume. And when you wholesaling, like you wholesaling to like you wholesaling a hustler. So you know what I'm saying, they moving it fast and they need some more. They moving it fast and they need some more. Like, so you don't really, you know what I'm saying, you don't really miss no money. But I will say, when wholesale got slow, it was kind of hard for me to do. I had to humble myself, you know what I'm saying, and go back to selling single pairs. So at the same time, like once you do reach a certain level in business or success, you know what I'm saying, you can't forget where you came from. You can't have too much pride to go back to what got you there, you know what I'm saying, in the first place. Sometimes you have to go back to what got you there in the first place. And I'm in a situation now where I'm back. I got my wholesale thing going on, but I'm working on selling single pairs, which I don't have a choice but to work on having single pairs because I'm going to get a store here soon, you know what I'm saying? And I was going to sell a store, you know what I'm saying, in single pairs. So I got to go back to what I came from in order to make it to a high level, if that makes sense. I got to take a step backwards in order to go forward. So never forget, you know what I'm saying, where you came from and lessons you learned along your way, because you never know when you're going to have to use them again. I really do seriously try to collaborate, you know what I'm saying, versus compete. Almost everybody that's doing something, you know what I'm saying, in the sneaker business, like, I work with them. Either I buy from them, you know what I'm saying, or I sell to them. I don't really look at, you know what I'm saying, I really don't look at competition. When I wake up every day, every single morning, I'm just trying to be better than what I was yesterday. And to be honest, anybody that is trying to, you know what I'm saying, compete with me, you know what I'm saying, I don't see competitors, but anybody that is trying to compete with me, you know what I'm saying, like, they're going to have they're gonna have a hard time, because for one, you know what I'm saying, I'm not competing back, you know what I'm saying, I'm not in competition. And for two, every single day when I get up, my aim is to be 1% better than yesterday. If I'm 1% better 365 days in a row, I'm 365% better every single year. So, like, you're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to go hard. You're gonna have to be getting better, you know what I'm saying, every single day. You know what I'm saying, if you want to compete with me. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of people don't get better, you know what I'm saying, every single day. Like, it's extremely, you know what I'm saying, it's extremely important, you know what I'm saying, to have relationships. And I'm gonna speak on a couple of relationships I got, you know what I'm saying, just by going hard, or like one relationship just being, man, a genuine friend, like my partner Sam, you know what I'm saying, my partner Sam. We got a good, you know what I'm saying, relationship. And for a long time, like, I was kind of a big brother to Sam, you know what I'm saying, mentor him, you know what I'm saying, giving them game. Right now, Sam got the number one team, the number one AAU team, you know what I'm saying, in the nation. And it's opening all type of doors for him, and he building all type of relationships. In a relationship, like right now, he got somebody teaching teaching him about forex options trading, you know what I'm saying, and day trading. And he come telling me like, man, you know what, this like this something that you could this something that you will be good at, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you come to this meeting and check out day trading, options trading, you know what I'm saying? Like me having a relationship with him, he going to make even bigger and better relationships, you know what I'm saying? It's like anything I taught him and showed him, like he taking it to the maximum, you know what I'm saying, extent. And man, like just I ain't gonna lie, just doing good business with people, you know what I'm saying, and building good relationships. They gonna mention your names in other room, and other people gonna want to do business with you. Like your relationships and your reputation is more important than money. You got a good reputation with people for doing good business. You build good relationships in business. That's how you gonna build relationships, doing good business and having good character. Like you doing business with people, like other business people. People got, like I deal with people like this rich already, people that been getting money. Like they don't care nothing about, you know what I'm saying, how you popping it, the clothes you wearing, the jewelry you wearing, how nice your car is. They don't care about none of that. They care about how well you handle business and your character. Can I make money with this person over a long period of time? Can we build a long-term relationship? Can we build something solid? You know what I'm saying? That's what matters. And the only way to build good relationships is to have good reputation and good character. Like it's extremely important, you know what I'm saying, to have good relationships. Some of the doors that got open for me, you know what I'm saying, they wouldn't have got open if I didn't have like certain relationships. Like I didn't get interviews. Other people didn't recommend the interviews with for people for like even y'all. Like I got a good relationship with y'all. Painfully gifted. Like that's who shoot my videos. And like for the longest time I've been a fan of the Wire. Me having a relationship with them got me an interview with somebody, you know what I'm saying, from my favorite TV series of all time. Some shit that I never could have thought about. I never would have in a million years would have thought while I was sitting in that jail cell that I'd be sitting up here, you know what I'm saying, entertaining Trey Chaney, Pooh from the Wire. I never would have thought that. I never could have seen. It wasn't in my plans. It wasn't none that I never wanted to do. I never wanted to do, you know what I'm saying, podcasting, but I got into it. I like it. I built a good relationship with some good people. And and in turn, they help me, you know what I'm saying? I help them in any way that I can. Like relationships, like it's the most important part of the game to me. Believe in yourself. If nobody else believe in you, believe in yourself. Like God gave all us talent, wisdom, gifts, and your gift might not be the same as their gift. That's another. Your gift might not be the same as the next person's gift. So it's another piece of like information that I would give people. Like figure out what your gift is, what your purpose is, and hone in on it. Like don't be jealous of somebody else's gift, or don't try to do what everybody else is doing, or don't try to ride the wave. Don't just because this worked for them don't mean it's gonna work for you. You know what I'm saying? That might not be your purpose. That might not be the gift God blessed you with. Figure out what it is, your gift, you know what I'm saying, and figure out when you figure out what your gift is, your purpose, you know what I'm saying? Like that's when you're gonna have your most success. You know what I'm saying? You'll have your most success, you know what I'm saying, doing what you love to do. And I guarantee you the gift that you blessed with, when you figure out what your gift is, you're gonna love your gift. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got one. Stay consistent, stay down, be respectful, treat everybody the same. You know what I'm saying? Treat the janitor with the same respect that you treat the CEO with. The CEO might have the business because his family passed it down to him. You never know. The janitor might own the whole business and he just like his floors to be cleaned a certain way and he do it himself. So treat everybody the same with the same respect, because you never know who somebody might be. And don't do it just because of who somebody might be. Do it because that's the way you should be anyway. Uh Now just stay, you know what I'm saying? Just stay down. Don't listen to people. My ultimate goal from this podcast is to help as many people, you know what I'm saying, discover their gift or their passion as possible. To help people understand money more, you know what I'm saying, and what to do with their money. To show people that anything that you want to do in life, you know what I'm saying, is possible. Which is why I bring so many different people on here that did different things. You know what I'm saying? And my goal is always is to inspire and motivate, you know what I'm saying, to motivate people to want to do something every single day. I hope I motivate at least one person every single day to want to get up and be their best self. And if you ain't got it yet, make sure y'all go get the Shoebox Money Wealth Building Guide, you know what I'm saying, like The link gonna always be in my descriptions, you know what I'm saying, on every page. Like the book ain't number 14.99, but I promise you, like it's a guide to get started on bettering yourself. If you want to be more financially literate, you know what I'm saying, you want to figure out how to make money, or if you want to whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to do, it's a guide to get started on chasing your dreams, your goal, and your success. It's called the Shoebox Money Well Building Guide. Link in the description. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying, for rocking with me, tuning in. We still currently on the 90-day white tea challenge. So y'all make sure y'all stay locked in.